This is Srividya and welcome back to Science Run. Today in this video we are going to discuss the most mind-blowing scientific facts till date, and to me it's watershed in the history of science. Not because it's a discovery about a new compound or a new phenomenon. It's about incredible properties of a compound what humans have never noticed since ages. It's not about some rare compound, it's about something which we use every day. We are so much dependent on it that humans cannot live without it. And yeah, that's water. From satisfying our basic needs to helping us recover nutrients, water has always played one of the most important roles in our lives. Not just that, it also helped us in technological developments like helping us replace non-renewable resources like coal to help us produce electricity. So for all its services since ages, I think we should thank water, right? So professors and physicists, instead of just thanking water, they tried recording its response. So what you see is samples of water and their individual droplet photographs or images. So what you see on the screen is the freezed version or water sample or it was just tap water. It was frozen and the photograph was taken of a crystal, and the water sample which was tanked by a group of people was also frozen, and this is the image of the sample which was tanked. You can clearly notice the difference in structure of water. It's unbelievable. In fact, it's not our fault that we don't believe. Even highly intellectual physicists couldn't believe this, because it actually breaks the basic physics laws about water, that water cannot capture any kind of signals or it cannot transmit any kind of signals. But here it's clear that water can express itself, show its feelings, and can also think. This reminded me of Hindu Sanatan Dharma, in which the main concept is showing gratitude to the nature for what it has given. What I thought was this concept was introduced in order to protect the nature, but not just that. It's scientifically proven that it's not just about protecting the nature. In fact, water can also respond to what human does. It's mind-blowing. So we cannot just laugh off any kind of customs or traditions. In fact, they have hidden meanings, and it's we who couldn't track the meaning of that, right? So let's get back into the topic. So till now what we understood is that water can actually express itself, it can think, and it can also feel. But not just this, water has also got memory. This is unbelievable, but what I'm telling is actually the results obtained from experiments made by Dr. Montagna, who is a Nobel Prize winner, and he has put his career into risk, because not many physicists have believed the fact that water has got memory, water can express itself, and etc. He has put his career in risk and did a lot of experiments to prove that water really has memory. So what I'm telling is the summary of the documentation about water memory. So you got to believe, and all this is proven. So what Professor Montagna has done is based on the fact that imagine an object has come into contact with a sample of water. If you try taking photographs or images of the water droplets which have come into contact with object, now it's not that the object is melted and diluted, it has got diluted in water, not that. Just the water sample has come into contact with the object, and if you clearly see, the water droplet could trace the outline of the object it has come into contact. It's the outline of a flower with which the water has come into contact. Not just this, this image shows you the water droplet structure before and after a person has undergone shock. So water can also carry the emotions of a person. So water can actually hear you. That's really amazing. So what Professor Montagna has done is He took a sample of DNA of a HIV patient and he diluted it so much. It was a series dilution for about 24 times. So finally what you obtain is a sample of water where you don't have even a single molecule of DNA. So he took this different samples after series dilution, and after every dilution the samples were placed. So you have 24 samples now, and each of these samples were put on sensors so that the information that is captured by water is encoded and stored in computer in form of a file. So now that you have 24 files with each of them giving core of information, the 6th and 7th dilution could give the exact information of the DNA of HIV patient. So what is happening here is, as you have previously seen that water could trace the flower, it's actually an object. In the similar way, the encoded data could actually tell us the structure of DNA. We all know DNA is just like ID card to every living organism on earth. It can give you full details. So this is called DNA transduction, which is almost like teleportation, where you don't actually have the object but you still have all the information about it. It's like you just have the object but not in physical form. So through internet, he sent the file to Italy's most known or famous laboratory, where the information was sent through internet in form of a file, and it was put into a metalloid and it was put into a celluloid by connecting it to the computer, and the signals were made to hear by the water sample. So after doing this and after the water sample, this water sample is actually tap water of Italy. There's nothing so special. So when the water sample hear the signals from the computer which was sent through the internet from Professor Montagne's laboratory, what they found was samples were 98% identical, which actually tells us that water can actually carry the signals. It can capture the information. But how? Let's see. Just imagine this circle shows you one H2O. So when they form a chain, it is circular, and in this water can actually capture the signals, which we couldn't imagine since ages. So now we found the application of water memory, that we needn't do tests every time to find if a person actually has a disease like HIV or not. Actually the tests are very costly, right? You just have to dilute them and encode the data, and that's sufficient. You can have the DNA and you can have your tests done in one of the most famous laboratories around the globe. And in place of this HIV, just imagine it's a sample of medicine. So once you find the frequency waves or the encoded data, you can actually make water samples here to them, and with this you can have the treatment done. So what's beneficial is that once you find the frequency waves, once you can generate the waves of the medicine, you can actually have a cost-effective treatment. So it costs nothing for doing treatment. So poor people can now have treatment done for free. It's a revolution in the medical area. So it has made me feel happy that the curing of many diseases can be done. But what's the main disadvantage we are facing is that this needs people who are highly educated and who have so much of knowledge and who are so much skilled to deal with all this. And secondly, you need to have security about the details of a person, because all these are being stored in form of computers and they can actually be hacked, and medical details of a patient need to be secured, and also the encoded data can also be changed. So you need to have security, and for that security you need highly skilled professionals. So research is being continued to overcome all these disadvantages, and one day we'll be able to have cost effective treatment, and if that happens, no poor people will die without having treatment. So this actually blowed my mind when I studied about this water memory, and I felt like sharing with you. So please tell me in the comment section about which topic you want to be discussed in this platform so that we can share knowledge. So share this video with your friends so that they also come to know about the incredible properties of water. So remember to thank water before you drink, because it changes the structure of water. Thank you.